Good afternoon, everyone who's here. To all those who have joined us, a pleasant afternoon to you. A few days ago, we were greeted by some sad and unfortunate news of the passing of Dr. Alex Magaisa. He was one of us. He was a citizen of this country, and he was someone who fought for the values that he believed in. My name is Tafadzwa Guta. I am a coordinator at Constitutional Law Center. The Constitutional Law Center is one of Dr. Magaisa's brainchilds. It was something that he was very passionate about, something that he helped found with quite a simple aim of making sure that each and every one of us, citizens in this country, get to know about the Constitution. So, indeed, as mentioned, it is a sad day for us as the Constitutional Law Center, as the people of Zimbabwe and the rest of the world for losing such an intellectual giant as he's been referred to. Joined here with me, I have my colleagues. We have Mr. Zikamai Bere, who is our secretary at Constitutional Law Center. And then we also have Monsieur Okai, who is representing We Lead Trust, one of our partners as well at the CLC. So I just want to thank you all for taking your time to be here for this briefing. And thank you everyone who has sent in their messages, condolences, and who's kept Alex in your memories. Without wasting much of your time, I'd like to leave this time to Zikamai to give us the briefing for today. Thank you.
Thank you, Tafadzwa. Thank you, members of the press, for taking time to join us. As introduced, my name is Zikamai. I'm the National Director for Zim Rights, but the Secretary for the Constitutional Law Center. So I've been authorized by the chairperson to deliver this statement on his behalf, on behalf of the center, and on behalf of the friends of Alex Magaisa. Celebrating a legacy of active citizenship. 5 days of mourning for Dr. Alex Magaisa. In the morning of 5 June 2022, a dark cloud engulfed the nation, and Zimbabwe's most dedicated and patriotic public intellectual, Dr. Alex Magaisa, took his last breath. And he left behind a rich legacy of active citizenship. Allow me, ladies and gentlemen, to invite you at this moment in time, in honor of such a great citizen, to take a moment of silence for Dr. Magaisa. May he so rest in peace. As the Constitutional Law Center, CLC, in collaboration with the many friends of Dr. Alex Magaisa and the people of Zimbabwe, we today join the Magaisa family in mourning our national hero. CLC was Dr. Magaisa's brainchild, which he founded in collaboration with other civil society organizations with a simple but powerful aim of advancing a culture of constitutionalism in Zimbabwe. Our deepest condolences to Shamiso, their two children, Anotida and Tinotenda, his brothers, his sisters, the entire Magaisa family. To them we say thank you for giving Alex to the nation and allowing him to serve the public good. Today, the people of Zimbabwe stand with you. Dr. Magaisa was a giant public intellectual. He dedicated his life in service to the common good. A former advisor and chief of staff to the late former Prime Minister Morgan Tsvangirai during the coalition government, Dr. Magaisa became Zimbabwe's most politically conscious thought leader who gave his time and knowledge generously for the advancement of human rights, democracy, and good governance. Dr. Magaisa could have chosen to live a different life. With a mind like that, he could have done anything else he wished. He could have chosen other species as a human being because he could afford to do so. But he chose to live his life in the public square, with ordinary struggling masses of Zimbabwe. For that, he has deserved to become the people's hero. In his own words, Dr. Magaisa said, "Heroes are not decided in boardrooms. Heroes are decided by the work they do during their lifetime." In that regard, on behalf of the millions of Zimbabweans whose lives were touched by Alex Magaisa, today we declare Dr. Alex Tawanda Magaisa the people of Zimbabwe's national hero. In line with this declaration, and in consultation with the family and friends, we are declaring from today 5 days of mourning. In these days, starting from today, a series of activities have been lined up to give Dr. Magaisa a befitting send-off. He believed in this nation and its people. He gave us a constitution that he believed would give birth to a new Zimbabwe. Dr. Magaisa worked very hard to see the birth of that Zimbabwe. We will immortalize that legacy. The following activities will be taking place. Tonight at 7 p.m. on the CLC Twitter Spaces, Brian Kagoro, human rights lawyer and activist, will host a memorial space to honor and celebrate Magaisa. Magaisa was big in Twitter, as many of you in the media would know. He called himself the unverified because despite his many followers, he remained unverified. But we, the people, choose to verify his work. So let us gather tonight at 7 p.m. and give him one big last Twitter space. Tomorrow at 5 p.m., we celebrate Magaisa, the good teacher. We will host the inaugural Alex Magaisa Memorial Lecture, hosted by one of Zimbabwe's most celebrated human rights lawyers, who will give the keynote speech, Beatrice Mutetwa. The venue will be advised very soon. So let us gather there as soon as we have the details of that lecture to give our hero, who spent his life teaching beyond the small classroom and chose the public square as his classroom, to engage. Let's give him the last big public lecture. That's tomorrow at 5 p.m. On Friday, the 10th, we invite you to a virtual memorial service on Zoom, live streaming on CLC Facebook page. The service will be hosted by Depros Mchena, a human rights lawyer and activist who worked and played very closely with Dr. Magaisa. So that's on Friday, the 10th. On Saturday, we celebrate Magaisa, the activist, whose pen sent shivers down the spines of tyrants. So we are going to host the Big Saturday March. Many of you loved the Big Saturday read. You quoted the Big Saturday read. Let us gather at Africa Unit Square at 11 a.m. On Saturday for a Big Saturday March in honor of the author of the Big Saturday read. We will announce the important details related to this march. The fifth event will be confirmed as we await the repatriation calendar. But when he comes, we invite you to gather at Harare International Airport and welcome our hero home to the nation that he loved and poured himself out like libation. This is just so little, a drop in the ocean, a tribute to the man compared to what he did for our nation. And finally, coming up on the CLC website is the Alex Magaisa Wall of Memory. We invite you to post your memories using hashtag Magaisa our hero, or send them to the WhatsApp number that will be at the bottom of the statement that we will distribute. We will circulate, we will curate all these messages and memories on the wall, and we hope that they live for as long as possible. In all these events, we invite you, friends, to wear Magaisa Solidarity hat. If you can, find one. And the details of the program are also going to be shared. So we invite you to keep watch of the CLC social media pages. Thank you very much for following us. I want to also welcome Dr. Musa, who is the Executive Director at the NGO Forum. The NGO Forum is one of the CLC partners. Dr. Musa, we invite you to join us at the front as we entertain some questions.
You want? Let me get one for you. Thank you.
Will there be any questions?
Thank you so much.
Okay. So I'm sure the program is very clear. Yes.
It's not a question. My name is Love Mokadenge.
Yes, Mr.
I
Kadenge.
come from Magaisa village.
All right.
So I just wanted to mention, maybe I'll have an opportunity at some stage
That's fine.
to talk about Alex. But his grandfather was the headman, the crow head of Magaisa.
Okay.
And then his father, who is late now, I think he died in 2013, was also the crow head. Baba mnini wake Onias ndo asara.
Okay.
Saka indakafunda nevaningi na vaMagaisa vababa wake.
All right.
Yeah, so I saw him grow.
All right.
I know his parents and everything else. And really, it's a big loss.
Yeah.
As I say, we can talk further. But
No,
I
thank you
saw
very
him
much.
grow.
Nematambudziko.
Thank you.
Nematambudziko.
No tender when I got a message in Trikumba, there is this
No, thank you
media
very much.
briefing. That's why I came.
Thank you very much, Mr.
Thank you.
Kadenge. Would there be any questions? You will see that we are flanked by young and upcoming constitutionalists, because it was Magaisa's dedication to give mentorship to the next generation of constitutionalists. And I'm happy Dr. Musa Kika is here, because in his final 2 years, Dr. Kika worked with Dr. Magaisa to author some of CLC's inaugural publications. So I could ask Dr. Kika to say a few words.
Thank you so much, and thank you, Zigamai, for putting this together, and thank you, colleagues, for coming. It's a time which is really difficult for us to process, but as Zigamai says, in the last 2 years, we saw Dr. Magaisa, the man, starting to institutionalize his work through the Constitutional Law Center, which is a body that we hope will be one of the will be part of the extensive legacy of Dr. Magaisa, in which the hope really is to continue the practice of advancing constitutionalism, in particular bringing in younger people into the fold to really understand the values, the virtues of constitutionalism that Dr. Magaisa stood for. It's very unfortunate that Dr. Magaisa leaves before we have really tapped much into his knowledge and expertise, but we are going to continue with that tradition, such that with the movement of time, hopefully we will put together many more publications that Dr. Magaisa would have loved to see and would have loved to be a part of. So thank you so much, and we invite you all to partake in the activities of the next few days that Zigamai Bere has just outlined. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Kika. Yes, Everson. Yes.
My name is Afazola Chipo from Music.
Hi, Tafato.
I'm good. I want to ask, was the big Saturday match cleared by the police?
We will share more details on that. Yes. But we're just outlining all the plans so that nothing surprises you.
Professor, you have the hand up?
Yes.
Okay.
But we expect no problems.
Okay.
So get ready for the big Saturday match. All right, if there are no more questions, let me take this opportunity on behalf of the Constitutional Law Center to thank you for taking your time. We know you loved Magaisa. You used to quote him a lot. He is gone, but his work is still with us. Not only the work that he did, but the work that he charged us to carry on. So let us continue to do that and take advantage of the next 5 days to pay tribute to the man. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
So we will share